We are also following another breaking news story out of New York City, where just a short time ago, a jury has found Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide. This related to last year's subway chokehold death of Jordan Neely.
Yeah, you may remember that. Now, this verdict comes after a judge threw out the most serious charge against the former Marine on Friday after the deadlocked jury failed to reach a unanimous decision. Penny had pleaded not guilty to all charges levied against him. NBC News correspondent Rahema Ellis joins us now from outside the courthouse. Rahema, there's been a lot of reaction to this verdict. The judge told the jury to harmonize their views this morning. What are we hearing about their decision today?
Well, we haven't heard a lot about their decision except the most definitive piece that we could hear, and that is a not guilty verdict. And it had to be unanimous by all 12 members. 7 women and 5 men had to all agree on this verdict. It didn't take them long. It took less than an hour from the time they went into deliberation that they sent the judge a note, the court a note, saying that they had reached a verdict. And perhaps it's in part because of what happened on Friday, when the prosecution heard that these jurors were deadlocked on that most serious charge of manslaughter, and the prosecution asked for the court to dismiss the manslaughter charge, and the judge agreed to do that. At that point, the jurors were told to go home on Friday evening, to not think about this case and come back with a fresh mind on Monday. Apparently they did, and it did not take them long to reach that verdict of not guilty on this charge, the lesser of the most serious charges, which is criminal negligence homicide. And to understand what that means, in some sense, that means that it's causing death, but involves ordinary carelessness. It's almost as if someone, for example, had left a child in a car during hot weather. It was not intended to happen, but it was reckless in that regard. It was carelessness in that regard. So the jurors have come back with that. And we should mention there was an outburst in the courtroom when that verdict was announced. Vicki and Morgan?
Rahema, this was a high-profile case. It brought out supporters on both sides. What happens next?
Well, one of the things we know that will happen is that the family of Jordan Neely has filed a civil lawsuit in this particular case against Daniel Penny. Where that goes, we do not know. But in terms of what the prosecution will do, that's still not known. What we do know, they cannot refile the manslaughter charge against him because it was the prosecution that asked for that charge to be dismissed. So at this point, Daniel Penny walks out of this courtroom a free man.
Rahema Ellis, live in Manhattan for us. Rahema, thank you very much.
Thanks, Rahema.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.